Hello guys, myself Om Agnihotri and you are watching my new YouTube channel Quick Studies in Less Time. So we shall start with important questions of economics POC 2 and I will be posting various questions regarding the other subject arts. So now we should start it. So first question is write a brief note on returns to scale. Return to scale is one special case in the long run occurs when all factors are increased by the same proportion. So in this is a special case. In this case, the return to scale occurs in the long run, right? So when the factors are increased by the proportion, same proportion. If one factors are increased by a proportion of 1, then the other factor is also increased by a proportion of 1. So all the factors, right? Or it can be said that the relationship between input and output in a long period is known as return to scale, right? This remember these two sentences, they are very important. Return to scale is the one special case in long runs occurs when all the factors are increased by the same proportion. Or returns to scale explain the relation between input and output in long period. When all input are changed in the same proportion, total product respond in three different ways. So here what happen when input are changed, of course they are changed all in same proportion, so they will respond in different ways because there are different factors and the outcome will be also different, but there are proportions which are equal to the input. So the different ways are increasing return to scale, that is IRS, constant return to scale CRS, decreasing return to scale. We shall study these three step by step. So what is that increasing return to scale? When a proportional increase in all result in increase in output by a large proportion, the production function is said to be increasing return to scale. So here when a proportion increase, of course when inputs, the proportion of input are increased which result in a output by a larger proportion, means how much amount of input are increased in much larger than that the proportion of output is there. So when you put 2 units of input, you may get 4 units of output, right? So this is known as increasing return to scale. Constant return to scale. When a proportion increase in all output result in an increase in output by the same proportion, the production function is said to be constant return to scale. Now here what happens is when the output is 2, then the input is also 2. So there is a constant, how much you put in you will get out as same in proportion. So this is called as constant return to scale. The decreasing return to scale. When a proportional increase in all input results in the increase in input by smaller proportion, the production function is said to be decreasing return to scale. So what happens here is when you you put the input of 3 units and you get the output of only 1 unit, the production function is said to be on decreasing return to scale. Now this can be understood by the example. Suppose in a production process all inputs get doubled. As a result, if the output gets more double, then the production function exhibits increasing return to scale. If output gets double, then the constant return to scale, then its whole less than double, decreasing to scale holds. Like as I said that when you put the output of 1 unit and you get the output of 2 unit, it is known as increasing return to the scale. And when in the constant return to scale, your input is 2 unit and output is also 2 unit, then it is known as constant return to scale. And in third unit, where your input is 2 unit but you get only 1 unit of output, which is also known as decreasing return to scale. So according to Cope-Douglas production function, Q is equal to x alpha A into x beta 2. When alpha plus b is equal to 1, the production function exhibits constant return to scale. When alpha plus beta is greater than 1, the production functions exhibit IRS, that is increasing return to scale. When alpha plus beta is less than 1, the production function exhibits DRS, that is decreasing return to scale. The second question is explain isocon with the help of diagram. An isocon is the set of all possible combinations of the two input that yield the same maximum possible level of output. It is called as isoproduct or equal product curve. So isocon means nothing but it is a cell of possible combination of two input which has the possible maximum level of output with the same level of output, we can say, and that is also called as isoproduct or equal product curve. Or you can write in the different ways of definition, such as isocon is a locus of all possible combination of two input, that is labor and capital, which result in the same level of output. Concept of isocon can be explained with the help of following table. Now let's see the diagram. Here you have to draw a table, and you have to, below the table you have to directly draw the diagram. So in table it consists of columns such as factor combination, capital in rupees 10,000, labor in units, output in units. So factor combination is ABC and a capital is at the combination A is 1 and the labor is 4. From this we can get 10 unit of output. From combination B, 2 of capital unit and labor in 2 of unit, that we can also get 10. And factor combination C, capital is 4 and the labor in unit is 1. From this also we can derive 10 units of output. So now what diagram represent is that we can just have a look on a diagram. So as mentioned in the above table and diagram, the output of 10 can be produced in 3 ways, right? What combination 1 says that combination 1 is 4 labor and 1 capital, and the second combination is 2 labor and 2 capital, which yields exactly the same, that is 10 unit of output. And the combination C, that is 1 labor and 4 capital, also yields the 10 unit of output. So that is all combination of labor and capital lie on the same isocont, right? So you can see here that on isocont 1, that is 10 units. So now we have this combination of labor and capital lie on the same isocont, that is on IQ1. We have 3 isocons for the 3 level of output, that is IQ1 is equal to 10 units, IQ2 is equal to 20 units, IQ3 is equal to 30 units. As in the combination D, so where is that, which lies on the IQ2, that is 20 units. So if we fix the capital for 2 units and increase the labor for 3 units, the output increase and we reach a higher isocon, that is IQ2. When marginal product are positive with greater amount of one input, the same level of output can be produced only using lesser amount of the other. Therefore isocons are negatively sloped. So when their marginal products are positive with the greater amount of one input, so here the greater amount of is unit is labor, right? So from that we can achieve the same level of output. And how we can lesser the amount of the other output. Therefore isocons are negatively sloped. As we can see in diagram, they are from left to right, downward sloping, right? The next important question is write a table to show the impact of simultaneous shift on equilibrium. So here you need to by heart this table, right? So without losing the time, you can by heart or you can remember this table very easily. While remembering this table, you need to remember from 1 to 4. But while writing, you have to write this like you have to write in the pattern given in the table. But while remembering, you can write or you can read like this, or even you can in exam you can attempt like this. I am telling this for the students who are not taking their major subject as economics in BA, because this technique is very easy. But if you are going to take economics in BA, so don't follow these techniques, because this technique will not help you in the future. This is for just getting marks. So what we have to do is that you have to remember this first columns, that is shift in demand, shift in supply, quantity, price. Shift in demand, shift in supply, quantity, price. You have to remember this. And now you have to think this left, right, left, right. So how there is a parade march of army, so you have to remember this shift in demand, shift in supply. So now just look at only demand, leave this part. Shift in demand, that is left, right, left, right, leftward, rightward, leftward, rightward. So shift in demand is very easy. And now shift in supply. So shift in supply is what? It is two leftward and two rightward. Leftward, rightward, rightward, leftward. You have, it is very easy, right? So now what you have to do, you have to remember two rightward are consecutive and leftward are non-consecutive. Shift in demand, leftward, rightward, leftward, rightward. Left, shift in supply, leftward, rightward, rightward, leftward. So don't move on the other columns. Just prepare for these two, and after that shift to the other next columns. Okay, right? Now quantity. So how you can remember it? You can remember decrease, increase, may increase, decrease or remain unchanged, may increase, decrease or remain unchanged. Okay, see now how you can remember is that this decrease and increase are same. So put that this decrease in here, increase also here in price. You have to write it diagonally. See, as you can see, these two have to write in two diagonal, these two have to write in two diagonal without changing their sides. Or even you can remember this line, when the demand curve is left, the quantity will decrease. When the demand curve is right, the quantity will increase. When the demand curve is left, the price will decrease. Left, when everything is left, it will decrease. See here, here also is left decreasing, left decreasing. It is also rightward and increasing. So quantity you have to remember like this. It is very easy. You have to write it diagonally. Have a look on it. When the shift in demand is leftward, shift in supply is rightward, the quantity may increase, decrease or remain unchanged, or the price will increase, decreases. This is very easy to remember the table. Just remember shift in demand, shift in supply, quantity and price, and you can get easily know how this table is